So that's my home. So when me been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for me. Now everybody want a piece, so we start to reach the symbol and where before them bring exam to find a help for me. We know how that fill up their minds, you see, and how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret boy my own, a secret boy my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors, from them cry we are for assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us, that's why we don't believe that. When we see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When we never see none of them when struggle me not go on, yo, a kind of leader. Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world, from anyone knocked we are open with doors. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my own. A secret boy is my own, yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own. Yeah. So forever, forever, forever. A secret boy is forever my own. From the islands, from the east to the west side, that's my land. The secret was my home. So that's my home. So when me been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for me. Now everybody want a piece, so we start to reach the symbol and where before them bring exam to find a help for me. We know how that fill up their minds, you see, and how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret boy my own, a secret boy my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my home. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors, from them cry we are for assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us, that's why we don't believe that. When we see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When we never see none of them when struggle me not go on, yo, a kind of leader. Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world, from anyone knocked we are open with doors. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my own. A secret boy is my own, yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own, yeah. So forever, forever, Essequibo is forever my home.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
Another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, chatty with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Fight only finish with the weak ones. So when that you call, you watch how you respond. Dog, face your fears, fight your demons. Can't be firm, we go to it, jubilation. Is a heavy load, still a chatana. Have a legacy fi build, so me fi carry on. And the dark days pray fi go through the storm. Now give up none time, cause that's what we want. Solid, chatty with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, chatty with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be your fears and fight no matter how long.
Solid, just like a rock. Spiritually we fight a lot. They trap them, said ya cancel that. You just can't stop me, not try do that. Got to be careful of negligence. Move wise, use up your intelligence. Guard of honor like the presidents. Progress and its evidence. Me no care how much time they want turn me down. Things say me woulda tumble down. Chant to me ancestors speak Congo drum. That's why me know me have to overcome. Stand firm and a lean for no one. You can set up your own program. Have the whole world a sing out your slogan. No time in a slow down. Plus we
solid, with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
See, we got to make it out. My life then couldn't take mine. Got to watch your head side. Come from the worst, but me try to live the best life, so me couldn't left mine. No for them just body not the most, so me coming like a landslide from the hillside. Looking at the mirror, know me proud. So me got the vision, every man a see it now. So we there upon a meditation and try to get rid of from me elevation. Watching how they try to put him up on the top. 30 odd people now have the best hand. But you're walking, and I get trapped in the lies, you don't be talking. Boy, on up and get thanks for the make. You the amount of negativity about you is a rage. When me by myself out to the Father, me be paid. Need a little balance for the things that me be facing. Need a little blessings, can me have be really waiting.
So me have to tip the scales, cause it's too heavy, get lost in the lies. Not once but twice, yeah. They don't want us to thrive. So we there up on a meditation. They try to get me down from me elevation. Watching how they try to put them up on the top. 30-odd people now have the best hand out. But you're the walking. And I get trapped till the lies and don't be talking. Boy, I'm up and get tanks up for the making. Them out of negativity, them out of this raging. Yeah, still I think about the choice. Would you really give your soul to live a better life? So me rather pray to God and watch my blessings multiply. No fear demons, got the Father by my side. Oh, lonely road, oh, Lord, no. Let me give you a little advice, now everybody dig, man, vibe. On a meditation, try to get me down from me elevation. Watching how they try to put them up on the top. 30-odd people have the best eyes. So watch you how they walking. And I get trapped in the lies that don't be talking. That's all I end up and get thanks for the making. Cause I'm out of negativity, they're about to rage. When me by myself, out to the Father, me be patient. Need a little balance for the things I may be facing. Need a little blessings, cause me I be really waiting. And me have me really waiting, cause it's too heavy, get lost in the life. Not once, but not twice. One is a thrive.
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the flow. Turn it down for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
News, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. The day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we've got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, your toast. And Courdel Jones will give you the most. Livewire will give you the way. To the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects, it's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly. Really great to be here with you this morning as we continue to look at the budget 2025. A few things for us to talk about, notably, as promised, we have the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honorable Sonia Prague, here with us this morning, and she'll be taking us through the paces of accomplishments of 2024 and how the national budget, the allocation of 2025 for that ministry will help further those efforts the ministry has been making across the country. Another highlight, I would say, was the contribution by Opposition Representative Chandan Edmonds. Very interesting. But we'll discuss that in another program. Morning to all the persons joining us from the diaspora. Morning to all the persons joining us across the 10 administrative region. Mr. Chintaman joining us from Pennsylvania. Good morning to you. Sharita Ferguson, Rahim Amarali, morning to you. Wazim Nabi. Dial Sukram, morning to you as well. Eunice Rabubir joining us from Canada. Morning to you. Morning to Rita. Morning to Polly as well. Joining us from industry. Joseph Sattar, good morning to you. Chris, Anita Williams, Rajendra Singh, morning to you. Derek Drupal. Miss Bob from Mocha, morning to you and all the Mokonians. I know that group there, Minister Pratt does a lot of work in the Mocha Arcadia area there as well. So they are very close to our heart in Mocha, right? Morning to Jainarain Bindranath, morning to you. Sunita Singh, morning to you. Michael Bisram, morning to you and the family. Rennie Prasad. Roger Fong, morning to you and King Emperor joining us from Canada. Suknanan Bud. Deshaun Abrams, morning. You early today. Good morning, everybody. I know Minister's busy and she most likely have to get to debate, so let's jump right into today's program. So today we're going to be shining a light on one of Guyana's most transformative ministries, the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, under the capable leadership of Minister Sonia Prague. As a dynamic leader and advocate for local empowerment, Minister Prague has been at the forefront of enhancing governance and bringing tangible development to communities across the nation. In the historic 2025 national budget, a remarkable allocation has been made to the ministry, reflecting the government's unwavering commitment to improving the lives of all Guyanese. A staggering 12.7 billion has been set aside for the community enhancement workers and the National Pathway Workers Program. These initiatives are set to create nearly 18,000 jobs, including employment for over 12,000 women. These programs are focused on environmental cleanliness and supporting governmental institutions, ensuring communities remain vibrant and thriving. Additionally, 2.8 billion has been allocated to support the operations of the local democratic organs and municipalities. This funding is pivotal to strengthening the institutional capacity of local bodies, enabling them to better serve their communities and address localized needs. Reflecting on accomplishments in 2024, Minister Pratt and her team successfully spearheaded the improvement of several market infrastructure around the country. Major upgrades were completed at Charity, East Rumville, Hydruni, Lenora, Parika, and Skeldon markets. These projects have significantly improved the environment for vendors and customers alike, fostering economic growth at the grassroots level. Minister Pratt's leadership has been instrumental in bridging the gap between government initiatives and the people. Her focus on inclusivity and sustainable development is evident in her push for community-centered projects and her dedication to empowering women and youth. Under her guidance, the ministry has emerged as a key driver of national progress. So join me as I welcome on screen the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honorable Sonia Prague. Minister, morning to you. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us. I know you have Parliament pretty soon. Again, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Courdel. Good morning to you. Good morning to all your viewers out there. You know, it's a bright, it didn't start out that way, but it's a bright Monday morning, and I'm happy for that weather too.
Yes. Now, Minister, as we get into it, we'll start with some reflection. What would you say were the ministry's most significant achievements in improving local governance and regional development for 2024?
Right. So, as you know, the ministry, the name of itself, the Ministry of Local Government, deals with the central ministry and its supervision of several things across the country, as well as you have regional development, and that is where the regional systems come in of all 10 administrative regions. The central ministry, I mean, one word that I would first of all like to thank His Excellency. I would like to thank the Vice President. I would like to thank the Minister of Finance and his team because, you know, it's not easy to one craft a budget, then you have to put it together and in such a way that you are able to deliver upon what you want to and have that impact
Mhm.
that you want.
Right.
So, it's commendable that these public servants that we have will work day and night to achieve that. So that's one. But if I'm to choose a word right now to describe how I feel about the budget and budget 2025, it would be thrilled. Because
Mm,
in 2024, as I entered Ministry of Local Government for the first time as that minister,
mm,
I had to learn the ropes, etc. And I found that the ministry had such a um, a vast supervisory role over several things in the country. And one of its main roles is to help to promote democracies with the at the local governance level,
right.
because that's the level that you will have engagement directly with the people. And so one of the programs that is there and that was there in 2024 was a subvention program for every neighborhood democratic council and every municipality. And that by the end of December 2024, we were able to not only give the subventions for the NDCs, but give them a further grant to be able to have that little financial empowerment to
Mm,
do certain things of enhancing the communities and so on, that we would, because what they will do is bring a work plan. We will look through the work plan, work with them to ensure that the benefits are going towards the community in terms of enhancement, and also allowing them administratively to carry out their functions, the
right.
municipalities as well. And so that is one program. Then we, of course, have the solid waste department, which is a huge, I found it very strange that a ministry of this magnitude and the kind of functions that are in this ministry, that the APNU AFC in 2015 to 2020 would have melted that down into a ministry of communities, right? Where you had sanitation completely separated from that ministry and merged with housing, and you had a very different approach to it, and I don't think that that worked at all.
Yeah.
And so the solid waste department that we have, it's really key and crucial to the ministry, because garbage collection and garbage disposal is a huge aspect in our everyday lives, and it touches and concerns all the communities, all the cities, and it is a growing concern for a lot of people. And while the ministry is not mandated to do either collection or disposal, because the rates and taxes from each neighborhood as well as from the city is what is used to
Mm,
either dispose of or create that space for it to be disposed of, collected and disposed of. And but the government has invested nonetheless to assist in these areas. And how have we done that? In 2024, as a matter of fact, from 2020 to 2024, we were able to create 13 landfill sites in several regions. And Region 5, I always use it as an example. Region 5, for the first time, was able to have a landfill site be created in Blairmont last year. And it's
mm,
it's quite beneficial to the people who are living there. This year, His Excellency, I suppose, not only from his outreaches and from his vision, and from his engagement directly with the people, and knowing that this is a growing concern, he has actually mandated us to and have made the resources available in the 2025 budget for us to be able to create more landfill sites in Region 4, Region 2, Region 6, Region 5, Region 9, and Region 10, and
wow.
Region 3. So this year we have our work cut out for us. We were given the resources to do that, and the solid waste budget has drastically increased to be able to accommodate that. And so we are very pleased because it's 13 landfill sites. When you look back from 2015 to 2020, and I was there boxing pages to make sure that I even trying to get to the regions to see where these landfill sites are, what was created to enable people to have um, this basic service be given to them of a
Right.
disposal of garbage. And not one landfill site that I could have seen was created, right?
Right.
So it's 13 from 2020 to now. Then you don't, you have to appreciate that there's a cost attached to one, creating a landfill site. Two, operating a landfill site continuously. And so
Right.
this year, look at what we are doing. In several of the regions, we'll be putting two landfill sites instead of one. So that's something that's huge for us. Then we are looking at procuring compactor trucks for the garbage trucks for the NDCs. Earlier this year, His Excellency would have commissioned 40 of the mobile firefighting vehicles to be
Right.
given to 40 NDCs. And that is significant because, as you know, and I think that always is great leadership, bold leadership, responsible leadership, because he would have responded to issues. We don't sweep things under the rug. It's
Right.
basically that fires are happening in the communities. People are afraid. People want more action. They want to see some sort of tangible result coming out of their complaints. And so these vehicles are there now to empower the NDCs. So you no longer have to wait for a fire truck to come from however far to get to where you are. And these, if you look at these vehicles as opposed to a big fire truck, it can maneuver very narrow streets.
Right.
So it's really suitable for the communities. It's durable. It's going to be able to assist in so many ways. So that's one. Then you also have, now we are going to procure the compactor trucks, and to be able to, and in December we had already started to procure some. So with this budget, it's going to enable us to empower most, if not all, of the NDCs to be able to have garbage collection with a with new or modern equipment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are equipping these local democratic organs, giving them the capacity to function and function even better. And so that's another thing. Then we also are looking at placing bins in different communities and all the communities, the market areas, previously where you did not have big these compactor bins as well. We're going to be placing some of those. And so those are things that it might, while we're doing the bigger things of the creating the infrastructure, you're building hotels, you're building schools, you're building health centers, and those are health and education is a huge priority for this government. And so while we're doing all of that, we must take care of the daily nuisances, I would say, for people, and those things that would create issues. But the 2024 achievements have not only been landfill sites, it has been markets, like you said. The
Yeah.
Hydroni market is completed. We're waiting for the road to be finished to that market so we can open it up to the public. We have the Parika market that is completed. The vendors have been consulted already. We have the study market that has commenced. We have the charity market that has completed as well. So, and the Lenora market. And I don't know if you've ever gone down to Lenora on Friday nights. I would encourage you to go down. I myself have to go down, but apparently it's a beautiful scene. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
market scene with that
Minister,
shed going up there.
I want to ask you, especially now that you've touched on the markets, how have these upgrades impacted vendors and the local communities in these areas?
Right. So this has now given vendors the space. It has given them the opportunity better than they had before to be able to earn and to of course this for me, it is ensuring that, look, you have a space in a community and you have that activity, that thing that is going to promote economic activity in the community. And so it's not only beneficial to the vendors, it's beneficial to the consumers, it's beneficial to the farmers, it's beneficial to those persons in the fishermen. All of those people in the community will be impacted by this
Right.
particular initiative.
Right. Now, let's jump across to job creation and community support. Now, these have been key areas of focus for the ministry. Share with us the 2024 initiatives that contributed to the economic empowerment, particularly for women and youth.
So for women and youth, the part-time program would have been created sometime earlier, and we now have over 15,000 persons across the country in the part-time program, and most of the majority of these are women. And yesterday I visited the Mackenzie High School in Linden, and to see the ongoing works there. We're doing some rehabilitative work at the school, and I was asking whether we had, because we wanted to place male part-time workers in the health, at least at the health centers and the schools, to have a continuous maintenance of the yard, etc. And I was
Right.
surprised when they have a number of part-time workers, but all of them are females. And
Oh,
so the females are saying, we can do this too. Yes, we can. Yes, that was awesome at Minister and myself at Mackenzie High School yesterday.
right.
So a number of persons are saying that. So we have a number of people on the part-time program, but with the part-time program is far more impactful than just earning an income. When
Mm,
that program was created, it was created so that one, we could cushion the cost of living, where you can have another person unemployed, earning, having the capacity to earn in the household and contributing to that household.
mm,
Then, of course, we moved to a scale and a level where that person could have that individual dignity of having employment. And so they were employed in different capacities across the country and across the facilities. But I have noted that many persons have moved on from just being that part time and in that particular initial job that they had by
right.
upgrading themselves. So several persons from Region 3, I saw just, yeah, Saturday, I was speaking to someone in Region 3, and the person was telling me a number of these part-time workers went ahead and did the nurse aid program, and
Wow.
they are now, well, yes, they are now ready to be to graduate from that program because they've completed the program. So you have persons who are taking that initiative to upgrade, and that's what we want. We want to
Nice.
not only have job creation, but we want people to be able to invest in themselves and develop themselves.
Yeah. Now, Minister, last year the ministry emphasized on community beautification and enhancement programs. Talk to us about how successful were these initiatives and what lessons were learned that will form future projects.
Well, the community enhancement program, I think, is very key to the cleaning up and the beautification of the various communities. They have teams of persons who do take a lot of pride. A lot of people are tagging me on Facebook. These groups of these team leaders are tagging me in their Facebook posts when they are completed their work for the day, and they will show me all the trenches and so on. So it's a really good program. It's something that is also key to the ministry, because that's, if you look at what this ministry is supposed to do, it's not just solid waste, it's not just disposal. It's really taking care of everything, making sure that the regional system works, and work in a way that you have the health sectors, the education sectors trickling down to people. But the SIP workers, these are people who oftentimes they're the community people, and these are the people who are benefiting from one, a job, but also get to develop their own community, right? So these are, I mean, we would welcome. We are going to strengthen that program this year with the budget that we have. We are also going to strengthen the part-time workers program this year with the budget that we have. We don't have any such new initiatives, but as you know, when His Excellency and the Vice President keeps going during the year, it's not all of our budgets, as you know, Cordell, was guided by and is guided by our manifesto. But by
Right.
this time, we have completed and delivered upon all of our manifesto promises, which
Yeah.
is hardly what I could say for the APNU government in 2015. They didn't
Mm,
even complete the 100 days. And as a matter of fact, injected things in the 100 days that were not even a part of the promise. Like I
yeah.
promised the people that we would give them this, 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 is this. Instead, they gave themselves 50% increase in salary. And this is something I want to raise, because I see in Parliament they're arguing that ministers are now benefiting from that very salary increase. And I think they're completely missing the point, as they always do. And the point is, you promise the people that you will be working for the people as soon
Yeah.
as you got into office, and you were going to serve the people as the servant, and instead you've served yourself first.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that's the point that they're missing. But coming back to the SIP workers and the pathway workers, the ministry has a unit in which we are overseeing various regions. We have assigned people to different regions. This year, I want to be able to roll that out in a more robust way where they will work directly with these people to ensure that community drains are kept clean, that the carpets are also kept clean, and so that we can, alleviate any issues that we may have of flooding, etc.
Yeah.
With, of course, the collaboration with NDIA.
Right, right. Now, 12.7 allocated for the ministry to deal with that. How does 18,000 jobs, as minister, how do you see that impacting these communities? These are people who would, in normal cases, be home or not contributing to the home. Um, as minister and as a Guyanese, do you see this as impactful, or maybe more should be done?
No, I see it as rather impactful because look, if you have 18,000 persons benefiting from $40,000 for 10 days, the
Mm,
first thing is you multiply 15,000, and you do that for me there, Cordell, because I'm on my phone right now. 18,000 persons by 40,000 for 10 days a month. That you will come up with a figure like
This is 18 by 40 by 10. 7.2 billion.
$7.2 billion being injected in the economy per
Mm,
year, with 18,000 persons. Disposable income being put into people's pockets. But what's more, this is 10 days a month,
right,
which means that you can still be able to get a second job, right? Which means that you can even upgrade from this job to another job with more money and permanently.
right.
So while how if I see it as impactful, yes, because we intended a quota of maybe 15,000 persons. We've already gone over that. So the fact that people are clamoring in different communities for to take up this opportunity, I'm so pleased. Not only take it up, but go further than this. I think it's highly successful. But besides that, a young person earning $40,000, and if you want to become a homeowner, right? If you want to
Mm,
become a homeowner and a low-income homeowner, you can be able to go to the bank and be able to pay a mortgage from that $40,000. That's self-development. That is giving yourself dignity. That is using your money wisely. And so
yeah.
I think that's the impact we want to create.
Minister, I noticed that certain sections of the opposition tend to look down on this program, this 10-day program for persons to empower them. And they tend to have a view that certain types of work are beneath certain people. What is your take on this, and why do you think the opposition approaches these sorts of initiatives that help to empower people in such a manner?
Well, one, they lack oftentimes when people lack something, they try to fill it with something very negative,
Mm,
right? So I think they lack vision, they lack competency, and so they will attack any initiative that is successful for the government. This is one of those initiatives, and there is nothing much that they can really say in relation to this other than and I've noted parliamentarians, and it's quite sad because you're placed in parliament to represent a portion of the people, I suppose, because you have earned a seat, or the party has given you a seat, and you stand up there on a microphone and pelt out to the public from your mouth that being a waitress, being a garbage collector is a job where you have no dignity.
mm,
Is something where it's looked down upon. And it's rather irresponsible, first of all, to make a statement like that. And it is really an elitist view. It is an elitist view. It
yeah,
is a, if you want to call it a bourgeois, as we Guyanese would say, a bourgeois view, looking down upon people who thought it necessary to go out there and have an honest job, earn an honest living. That is dignity in itself.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
dignity in itself. And I really found it so um horrific and horrendous that you would come out and say that. And
Indeed.
our Guyanese people, and there was a time when Granger was saying, look, let's make plantain chip for a living, let's sell dog food for a living, let's do all of these things. What happened then? Why weren't they opening up their mouths then? Why weren't they pushing back against that then? But you
Yeah,
come out now and say that the hospitality industry that will be training people to be professionals, and you're looking down upon that,
yeah.
right? And so you really be representing the people of this country with that kind of attitude? Should you be in a position to? No, absolutely not.
No, Minister, I want to jump over to 2.8 billion allocated to local democratic governments and municipalities. Um, Talk to us a little bit about that. I know, anyway, we can come to that, but 2.8 billion for the LDOs and the municipalities. How will this help these organs, these local organs?
Well, as I said, the subvention program is a program that is geared towards different things. So, what happens is that they usually come up with a work plan, and we've encouraged them that during this time that we are doing budget to come up with
Mhm.
their work plan so that we can work with them to ensure that it is benefiting the community. So
Right,
sometimes it will be cleaning a drain, sometimes it will be putting up a culvert, it will be placing crush and run on an otherwise bad road. But we know public works have been working hard to ensure that we have all the roads in the communities that they are able to do, and street lights in some cases. So there are different ways in which they contribute to the society through the subvention program,
right,
and of course strengthen their own administrative functions. And so we encourage them to build out a plan that we could be able to work with them to enhance the communities. This year, His Excellency, and this is something that we've started with the NDCs already, is to place a permanent desk at every single NDC across the country to, it's called a citizens desk, and it's
right,
supposed to allow citizens when they come to be able to access information on how to be able to get public assistance, how to be able to get their pension, where they have to go. If
right.
there is a form that is available for these things, perhaps the NDCs will be able to give them that form and guide them. So training will be done shortly for those persons. We've already identified the persons who will be sitting there, and the permanent desk is established in a lot of the NDCs. I have to go personally make a visit. But again, it goes back to the service that we want to be able to give to the community and strengthen the neighborhood democratic councils. Now, I'm not sitting here saying by any means that these LDOs are, everything is perfect with them. As you
Mhm.
know, across the country, people will come and they will complain about NDCs, and they will complain about the service, they will complain about several things.
Yeah,
But I do plan, we had launched a training last year with the budget that we had in 2024, and it is also a manifesto promise. Now, there are two things. We had promised in our manifesto that we would substantially increase the subvention for the LDOs, and we would also do capacity building. Those
right,
are two manifesto promises that we have been able to achieve from 2020 to now. And last year we did launch in Region 4 and Region 5. We'll move on to the other regions. The training for the neighborhood democratic councils. This is accountability, transparency, the legislation that governs the particular authorities, and knowing what that is. And we will move on to some other training, and that will probably be in terms of the professionalism, and so that they have to execute. So
mhm.
there are several things, and as I said, it goes back to, again, being, you're the first level of engagement for the people. And so if they are not satisfied with that engagement, we have to do something about it. We
Mhm.
have to be able to strengthen that. And so with the subvention program, with the ministry's budget again this year, we want to be able to continue that training. We want to be able to empower them further, and we want to be able to deliver the kind of service that will make it easier for people's lives.
Yeah. Minister, you mentioned local democratic organs having to submit, or municipalities as well, I'm thinking, having to submit their work plan. Is this something that you notice has been happening on time so that there's a timely disbursement of the subvention?
Well, with some of them, a lot of the NDCs, yes, we have. a timely, and if there is something that we see, for example, that is more self-serving than it is going to be serving the community, we ask them to relook at it. Sometimes it doesn't always come in on a timely manner, but if we were specifically talking about Region 10 municipality, for example, we would
That's
have
what I
asked
wanted
them
to
to
know.
we we would have asked them to rework their program, and we would have asked them to rework their program. And it's, at one point I think the mayor said that he was absolutely not doing it because he wanted what he wanted. And so those things create issues for us, because we know that if we go out there and the money is given from the ministry to this, is who's going to be getting the blame and for the inaction of the
Right.
or of the or if they want to do something that is for their building, for their benefit only, and not for the people are going to be saying we keep giving money and nothing's going to be happening in their communities. So
Mm.
this is what we were trying to avoid, but we were able to, by the end of we had indicated to them nonetheless that we were giving them a grant and we were going to work through back the work program. We were able to give them their grant in December, in just early January, because the check was already being processed by Ministry of Finance by December.
Yeah. Now, Minister, how does the ministry balance infrastructure development with the social programs, some of the social programs that it deals with?
Well, the infrastructural development that we do is really through the would be with the schools. It will be with the health centers, and it's really rehabilitation. And they have the regions. That's where the regions would come in, and they would be given a budget to build, construct new schools, which we have done, to also rehabilitate several of the facilities, if not all. Now, the president held his first service meeting of the year, which was with the RHOs, the REOs, the REDOs, and the various subject ministers, as well as Minister Ashney. And it was really a very candid and frank discussion on laying out on the table what the challenges were, what we needed from these particular heads, what we needed from the system, how the system should be strengthened. And one of the things that the president has instructed, it's for us to establish the bare minimum at these facilities. Having,
Mm.
for example, at the health center, a waiting shed, a proper sanitary block,
Right.
a, a walkway that is a proper walkway. We must have the yard well maintained, the buildings well painted, and we must have for those people who have chronic diseases, that they have a register of the names at every single health center or health hut. And if those persons but once we have that register established, that these people will be able to access 3 months supply of their medication. And just before that 3 months is to expire, they are to call each of these people and have them come for their next 3 months supply. So
Right.
these are things that we want to be able to do to strengthen the efficiency of the service
Yeah.
of these health centers. The schools, as you know, we have to be able to maintain the schools as well, and we are looking at the sanitary blocks for these schools, ensuring that we look at the durability of the facilities
Yeah. Now,
provided.
a big goal of the ministry has been bridging the gap between government and communities. With the allocation to your ministry, how does that strengthen this connection and foster greater public participation?
No, go that again, please. Sorry,
So,
I
so
didn't hear you.
one of the goals of the ministry is to bridge the gap between the government and the community,
Yes.
ensuring that these local organs function. Now, with the allocation, talk to us about how that allocation helps to foster or helps the ministry through its initiatives to foster greater public participation in initiatives like the Pathway Workers Program and things like that to get people on board.
Right. So one of the things that we encourage people to do, and the NDCs to be particular, is to continue to have these community engagements.
Mm,
To be able to go out and come. Don't just sit in your offices and expect that you will know what's happening on the ground. You
right.
have to go and have that community engagement. If people are not aware of the services of what we have available, how are they going to access this? How are they going to be in the know? So again, you're the first level of engagement, and that's the way I think that we have to be able to get people to come on board. Some people are aware that there is the part-time work, but they don't know how to access it. They don't know what the process is. They don't know all of these things. They don't know how many days you have to work, what's the salary. They just know that there are people are on the part-time program,
Yeah,
right? But I think word has gotten around over the years, and I can see that a lot of people, if we do not, I think, I think you put it at 18,000. I think if we don't look at it carefully, we can very well go over that 18,000 by the end of 2025, the amount of persons who want to come on to that job.
right.
But besides the part-time job, if you look at the entire economy, we have promised 50,000 jobs, and that has been delivered. And perhaps that you can even say the construction industry has taken a good chunk of that.
Exactly.
Right, a good chunk of that. And I was just also at the shore base, the launching of the first phase of the shore base at Freedom Hoop on Saturday, and I was very delighted to note that we have 400 Guyanese in the system already working
Yeah.
with those companies, and that's because of our local content legislation and so on. So those persons who want to talk about, when Minister Ashley talk about the taxes off of the first 50,000 if you have a second job, and you have people like Amanda Walter and Desir saying that, where are people going to find a second job? They don't even have a first job. But you know what? There is in excess of 50,000 Guyanese from 2020 to now who are employed, which is far more than they can ever say for themselves from 2015 to 2020.
Yeah.
So people have a job. Then you have programs like the part-time program, which allows you to have a second job.
Yeah.
It allows you to have a second job. So, it just amazes me every time when they come out and they say these when they make these blatant misrepresentations and mistruths into the public, and the public is very well aware there are 50,000 people who are walking around here in Guyana who knows that I got a job from 2020 to 2024.
Yeah. Minister, you've been in Parliament, and as you just mentioned, you hear certain things from the opposition. You see certain things in the media. The opposition has been lobbying the Guyanese people to put the administration you represent out of office and put them into power to do some of the exact same things that your administration, the administration you serve under, has done. And in some cases, things that they didn't do in the past that the administration you serve under has done. How do you rationalize this kind of argument to the Guyanese people?
Well, it's simple for me. Those who would have lived through the 70s and the 80s would know the hardships that they faced, the oppression that they faced, the lack of job opportunities, the lack of youth development, the lack of financial resources, the lack of basic things like food that you had
Mm,
to line up for. Coming back now, fast forward to 2015 to 2020, you are still taxed with food. You are still taxed on basic items. You there were so many promises. Not a single school was built.
yeah,
Not a single school was built. The health facilities were not upgraded. The health facilities, no new health facility was created. No new well, if you, I don't know you if you want to talk about a COVID center there that they created without any
empty.
equipment, without any attachment, just a bare shell, and then hurry to commission it as if it was this grand gesture, but it could do nothing.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
could do nothing. This government had to invest so much into that. Telemedicine across this country we have placed in different sites in remote villages to be able to have that access. And 50,000, no, sorry, 30,000 scholarships being granted to Guyanese. There was nothing in education. When I went into public service 2018 and 2019, not a single scholarship for Region 8 and Region 9. Not a
yeah,
single scholarship. Yet you had three ministers and one minister's children who benefited altogether from over 70 million Guyana dollars.
wow,
And I want people to wrap their minds around that figure, 70 million Guyana dollars
yeah,
for three ministers. And I can't rationalize, I can't rationalize why they have done nothing for this country. For me, that is just they're visionless, they're incompetent, and they continue to show that no matter what name they come in, no matter what name they come by.
No, Minister, you've been around the regions, and that's what I appreciate. You, I should say, all the ministers of this current administration, very mobile out in the regions, talking to persons. How important do does the government see the grassroots interactions in terms of policy making?
It is the most important thing towards policy making because it informs the government from the ground up
Mm,
of what is affecting the people. If you don't have that direct knowledge, believe me, you will be making and imposing decisions upon people.
right.
And so it's quite important that and I think this government, whether it is this Irfan Ali led administration, or whether it was the Barjagdio led administration or the Chadi Jagan, I think that is always the hallmark of this PPPC government and or the party, I suppose, because even outside of government as opposition, they continue to engage the people directly.
Yeah.
And you would note earlier in the year, I think, or sorry, not in the year, but a couple of years back, when we had issues with the unions and the nurses and so on, the president went directly to the nurses. He went directly to the people. And
Right.
I think having that direct engagement helps us to better understand and fully understand the reality of what is happening on the ground. And
Yeah.
based on that, we can make these decisions. The manifesto for 2020 to 2025 was crafted out of direct consultations with the people. And we
Yeah.
continue to do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of the programs are successful.
Yeah. Now, Minister, for persons who may not understand, could you explain? Because we spoke about the part-time jobs, but we didn't talk about how persons can get registered. Could
Right.
you explain to persons how, if they're interested in becoming a part-time worker, what's the process? Where do they go? What do they do?
So you have the regional administrative office. And you have the regional executive officer as well as the regional chairman in most of these regions.
Mm,
And the persons would usually go in and ask, and we would compile those applications. The applications is sent to central ministry, and we have a look at the applications based on the need, of course, and where we can place people in terms of the facilities available in the communities. Because another aspect of this is not that we want to be able to place people as close as possible to their homes and your
mm,
communities. So you're not taking money out of your $40,000 to be half of your money to be traveling every month or for the 10 days, and then you lose that. So
yeah.
the idea is to have people be able to work in their communities too. So we look at those particular things. But the regional administrative offices and the regional executive officers is where it's at.
Right. No, Minister, before I let you go, I can't have you here and not ask you or raise this topic with you in relation to the Linden municipality. Now, the town clerk up there has been receiving some not so well treatment. What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe he's operating outside of his authority? And is the ministry planning to intervene so that there is a better working relationship between council and the admin department?
I do not believe that, first of all, I don't think that the town clerk is acting outside of his authority. The town clerk usually would engage me and seek my advice. And
Mm,
usually, when he's speaking about why he's doing something or not doing something, he refers to the legislation and he looks at particular sections. And I
right,
appreciate that very much because he tries to act within the boundaries of the law at all times. And right now, we're faced with another situation which we had in December because the town clerk has refused to sign off on several vouchers that they had from some tongue week since last year.
right,
The mayor is holding the staff, the administrative staff salary at ransom on hostage. And we had
right,
that situation in December, although section 151 of the act, where you are a monthly employee and your salary is per month, it does not require the signature of the mayor or any of the councillors to be able to be paid, right? And
Yeah.
you can, and then you can invoke Article 146, which is the minister can advise on several on courses to be taken.
Right, right, right.
So and so we're faced with that situation again, although although they are well aware of the law. So we have that kind of situation, and perhaps the mayor need to tell the people why is it that he keeps pushing back on everything, and why is it that he keeps creating an issue for everything? Because this government, as I have said it before, this government has no issue with working with the people of Guyana, irrespective of where you are positioned, once you want to be a part of the development of this country, not the anti-development and anti-progression of the country.
Right, right,
And
right.
so you are there, but what upsets me more is that as a mayor, you are placed there to represent the people, and the very people who are working there are at your mercy.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, let's jump to region four. Um, City Hall, they have not been able to take up any of the responsibilities of under their purview, got collection, drainage, markets, anything of the sort. What's the way forward with the Georgetown City Hall, and is it similar to what we're experiencing in Linden, where political persons cannot be bipartisan in relation to the development of the citizens?
Well, listen, I think first of all, in the mayor and the city council in Georgetown, the majority of the city council in Georgetown, they are reactive. They
Mm,
are not active and proactive. They are reactive.
mm,
For example, when we had the Stabrook Market Wharf
yeah,
that collapsed, and first on the scene, His Excellency, myself, Minister Indar, on the scene, looking to see what was happening. This mayor was aware of this area that was condemned for a while. That mayor, ask any vendor in there whether they ever saw that mayor walking anywhere in the vicinity of that area to see what it looked like.
yeah,
I recall the mayor telling me, "Oh no, don't go out on the wharf, it's dangerous for you." I went out anyway. And as I turned back 2 seconds later, I saw him behind me. That's what I mean by reactive.
yeah, yeah.
So
But
only when we raise an issue, then he will come. And it's exactly what's happening now with our budget. If we say we're giving 100,000 cash grant, no, we're gonna give the AP, and we're gonna give 400,000 cash grant, right? So out promises, and very reactive. So um, there is no original thinking and initiative coming from this government. But in terms of the city council, look, Cordell, I don't know if you live in the city. I live in the city. And I
yeah,
don't know that we get any benefits whatsoever from the city council.
yeah,
People
yeah.
are at the point where they're like, look, I don't know whose responsibility it is. I'm just fed up. I am just fed up. But really and truly, the APNU has controlled the city forever. And
Minister,
the services are woefully lacking.
indeed, garbage collection, drainage, parapets, most of it fall back on central government. Minister,
No,
thank you for go ahead.
and they hurry to hold a press conference to justify their inactions. It's ridiculous.
Minister, thank you for being here with us this morning. I know you have to head to Parliament, so I won't keep you much longer. We are looking forward to hearing the contributions of your colleague cabinet members for the rest of our budget debates 2025. I don't think I saw your presentation as yet. You're on
I'll be on Wednesday.
on Wednesday, so we're
On
looking forward
Wednesday.
to hearing your
Wednesday
contributions
morning.
Wednesday
But as you
morning.
can see, the tone has been set by my colleagues, and it's a
Yeah,
very good tone. It's a very good tone, and so
indeed, indeed.
it's an exciting time on our side of things
Oh
to
boy.
be there in Parliament.
Yes, yes. Minister, again, thank you for being here, taking the time out your morning to talk to our like-minded viewers and the wider Guyanese and in Guyana and in the diaspora about your ministry, what has been going on, and how you guys plan to move forward in 2025. Do enjoy the rest of your day, and we hope to have you back on the program again soon, talking about more things that the ministry is going to be doing this year to help Guyanese and make sure that all Guyanese benefit from whatever services are being offered there at the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. You and Minister Prasad have been doing a wonderful, wonderful job at the ministry.
Thank you so much. And as always, it's a pleasure to be here. And I'm thankful for the opportunity that you have given me to speak to the public. So thank you very much, Courdel. And yes, the public can look forward to even more action from us this year at the community-based level.
Great. All
Thank
right, take care and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank
So that was Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honorable Sonia Prague, who was taking us through the paces in relation to 2024, 2025, what's on the cards. They have been doing excellent work across the regions, empowering the NDCs, empowering the municipalities. Some of them might not want to take empowerment as it comes, but the ministry is still working with you. You understand? Guys, I want you to have a wonderful day. I have to get out of here, get over to the Artificial Conference Center to get set up for the live broadcast. We'll see you here tomorrow. I would like to apologize on Joel and myself for Joel and myself. We were supposed to have behind the agenda last Wednesday. However, some technical difficulties did not allow us to have the program. Based on the information I have, we are supposed to restart it this Wednesday coming. No issues, no problems. So I'll give you an update on that tomorrow before Wednesday. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace, it's all about love, it's all about one guy.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it.